The first precept was never to accept a thing as true until I knew it as such without a single doubt. Truths will be discovered by an individual rather than a whole people. In order to seek truth, it is necessary once in the course of our life to doubt, as far as possible, of all things. There is nothing so strange and so unbelievable that it has not been said by one philosopher or another. To live without philosophizing is in truth the same as keeping the eyes closed without attempting to open them. Because reason is the only thing that makes us men and distinguishes us from the beasts, I would prefer to believe that it exists, in its entirety, in each of us. We do not describe the world we see the world we can describe. One cannot conceive anything so strange and so implausible that it has not already been said by one philosopher or another. An optimist may see a light where there is none, but why must the pessimist always run to blow it out? When it is not in our power to follow what is true, we ought to follow what is most probable. There is nothing more ancient than the truth. Our convictions result from custom and example very much more than from any knowledge that is certain. It is in the nature of our mind to construct general propositions on the basis of our knowledge of particular ones. When I was examining what I was, I realized that I could pretend that I had no body, but I could not pretend in the same way that I did not exist. The reading of all good books is like conversation with the finest men of past centuries. It is not enough to have a good mind, the main thing is to use it well. It is only prudent never to place complete confidence in that by which we have even once been deceived. Traveling is almost like talking with those of other centuries. I am indeed amazed when I consider how weak my mind is and how prone to error. Except our own thoughts, there is nothing absolutely in our power. Whenever anyone has offended me, I try to raise my soul so high that the offense cannot reach it. By God, I understand a substance which is infinite, independent, supremely intelligent, supremely powerful. I could not possibly be of such a nature as I am, and yet have in my mind the idea of a God, if God did not in reality exist. The two operations of our understanding, intuition and deduction, on which alone we have said we must rely in the acquisition of knowledge. But in my opinion, all things in nature occur mathematically. With me, everything turns into mathematics. I paid special attention to arithmetic and geometry. God created both myself and everything else. Each problem that I solved became a rule which served afterwards to solve other problems. For me, everything in nature is mathematics. Mathematics is a more powerful instrument of knowledge than any other that has been bequeathed to us by human agency. Among all those who up to this time made discoveries in the sciences, it was the mathematicians alone who had been able to arrive at demonstrations. Perfect numbers like perfect men are very rare. Divide each difficulty into as many parts as is feasible and necessary to resolve it. It is true that medicine as it is currently practiced contains little of much use. Everything is self-evident. We never understand a thing so well and make it our own as when we have discovered it for ourselves. If you would be a real seeker after truth, it is necessary that at least once in your life you doubt, as far as possible, all things. I am accustomed to sleep and in my dreams to imagine the same things that lunatics imagine when awake. Conquer yourself rather than the world. The greatest minds are capable of the greatest vices as well as of the greatest virtues. The chief cause of human errors is to be found in the prejudices picked up in childhood. Give me extension and motion, and I will construct the universe. When writing about transcendental issues, be transcendentally clear. To know what people really think, pay attention to what they do, rather than what they say. But possibly I am something more than I suppose myself to be. Illusory joy is often worth more than genuine sorrow. I am accustomed to sleep and in my dreams to imagine the same things that lunatics imagine when awake.